and a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. All right.
That better be the starting of the video.
Coming up on Hold for Sound.
We hit the first move and I came in, oh, and then they were like, it was just,
If we were late, it's their fault.
When you're about to go into the studio, about to do a show, what does that look like for you guys? How do you come together and figure out how to take on a project?
I've been telling the boys I'm in my harmonious phase.
Drop it to the flow. Drop
drop
it to the flow.
Do not break our set.
It's self-evident.
Hey, I'm Ava.
And I'm Lauren, and you're watching Hold for Sound.
Full circle.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
Today
you.
we have
Thank you.
Jagger,
James,
Dawson,
Sean,
and Ollie. Welcome,
for-
boys. Thanks for
thank
being
you.
here. I want to take us back to like the Cliff Notes version. Why are you sitting here today together as a group, the 5 of you?
Blondie.
So we all grew up at dance studios. I started when I was 7 or 6, and that's where I met James, at that dance studio. And I had met Jagger through a dance project when I was 14, I believe, and he was a couple years older than me. We did some assisting. We did some cool videos together, and then we kind of kicked it off. And that's kind of the connection between the two worlds of Temecula and Ogden, Utah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but the start of the group really happened back in 2021 when I met with management, and they were trying to put together a group. Didn't really work, so then we kind of took it upon ourselves to find a group.
Wow.
And that's where I called James and Jagger, and that's how this is all full circle.
We were kind of ripping and running for 2 years, and then we were like, we need some more spice. We need something else. So I asked Dawson, and then from there, the management and label were like, we need somebody that's exactly like Dawson. And us 3 all grew up at the same dance studio, so me and Dawson were like, we know the exact person. So we got Oliver.
Wow.
And now we're full circle. Yeah.
So you guys are all dancers, and how has like your love for dance like been utilized when you've transitioned to music?
I think for me, growing up dancing, like the way I helped me perceive music is like I really listened. Like I'd always make sure to listen to every sound that was in a song. And I think now being in a band where we make our own music, it helps because now I'm really aware of every sound and what we want
Totally.
in the song, because not only do we sing it, but we dance it.
Growing up, my favorite style was tap, so there was a lot of rhythm involved, so that really helped me kind of when we were transitioning into music. And also I'd done a lot of dances with like different counting, because usually dance is counted at 8 counts. I did a dance that was in 6 counts, which was strange because it was just kind of like, felt like it was moving. It felt like an Oppenheimer score, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think tap really grew my love for music because just all the different rhythms, and it really helps me now.
Yeah, your choreography, I was watching your videos on YouTube. I was like, this is so good. What the heck?
Thank you.
Do like all of you choreograph? How does that work?
Yeah, for our most recent project, the mixtape, there was 5 songs, so each one of us just took one song and
Cool.
choreographed the whole
Wow.
thing. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Mhm.
How do you guys go about like what's like your first step of like I have to choreograph this? What do you do?
I usually, what my teacher, Ellie, taught me, she was like, just video yourself improving and then use things that you liked in your improv for the choreo. So that's usually what I start with.
Cool.
And then you go
He's
from there.
insane at improving, like one of the best, I gotta say.
So like once you guys have your choreography, you teach each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like how does that work in rehearsal? I bet you guys have so much fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. But as of lately, the way we've been doing our choreography has been more of a group dynamic. So we all are in the same room at the same time, and we just play the music and all choreograph at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what our next song, we all choreographed it together.
Yeah.
It was like each part of the dance is
That's so
has a
like
little part of all
collaborative.
of
I
us.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh. Ava's a dancer and she grew up dancing. So, do you like relate to like how you go about choreographing things? Do you improv?
Yeah, definitely. I actually have never thought to just like turn music on and improv. I mean, I do improv, but like not to choreograph something. So that's really cool. I grew up doing like a lot of precision dance. So everything's like, and like involves like 20 people doing like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Which is like so cool. I find like a lot of freedom in the structure of it, but like I'm gonna have to try that. It sounds like super great.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys too, in terms of like the music, how does like your prep process look like for that? Or when you're writing, or when you're about to go into the studio, about to do a show, what does that look like for you guys? How do you come together and figure out how to take on a project?
I think for studio wise, like going into record, we do like, I think our process is the same every time. We kind of we'll do a 20-minute vocal warm up all together, and then just hope for the
Little
best.
me,
yeah,
me.
exactly. Just, yeah,
Mommy, baby, match my M&Ms.
exactly. And then we just kind of go into the studio and kind of see what happens. We've been trying a bunch of different things lately. Like in the very beginning of the group, like me, James, and Sean would just be like, okay, this is who's singing what. And then as of late, we've been kind of flowy with it. We're like, okay, let's hear Sean's voice on this. Okay, wait, let's hear how Dawson's going to sound on this part as well. And then we just kind of pick which one sounds the best from there.
It's kind of like playing to our strengths as well, because we're all different vocalists and we have different strengths and different things we're good at. So like if I'm good at something, then Jagger will be good at something else. And so then when the song fully comes together, then it's like every single part is as good as it could be,
Right.
you know? But we've tried a lot of different styles in the studio. If we're passionate about a part, you know, we'll really go for it. And that means that maybe 2 or 3 people are trying out for a verse, and we'll just figure it out in the studio what works best. The song that we're coming out with next, we recorded it like One Direction style, which is we each go in the studio and we record the entire song, you know? And then we place it together afterwards and figure out how to build it like a puzzle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little bit about our process as well. We just recorded with Tricky Store in Atlanta.
He did Baby by Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
no
If you don't
way,
know
cool.
Tricky,
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby. So he's
Single
he's
Ladies.
one of the best top producers. But anyways, when we go in there, we like to come in with some ideas like harmonies or
Yeah.
ad libs, and you know, we're never afraid to try them because it never hurts to try anything. So we always like Sean inspired me to begin with, because before I got into this group, I didn't ever really hear harmonies. I didn't know they existed. And I remember the first time
That's so
we
fair.
recorded
That really
music,
is.
Sean comes in with his voice memos and he's got all these harmonies in his phone. And I was like fascinated. I was like, whoa, how can Sean hear that?
Yeah.
And now it's like rubbing off on me. And so the last studio session we had, I was dropping harmonies and it felt good. But yeah, I've been telling the boys I'm in my harmonious phase.
He really is. He'll
That's
be up
so
at
funny.
night just humming. I'm like, bro, let's just go to bed. Let's just go to bed.
I definitely like to come to the studio over prepared. So like he said,
Yeah.
I'll have the voice memos and I'll have like 20 or 30 different like harmony ideas or background vocals. And you know, most of them don't work out.
Yeah.
But it's about like the 5 to 10 that like actually work out and it adds something to the song. And like even though if it works in the studio, like I could lay it down, like I'd rather have all that to work with
Yeah, an option.
and then take it away and simplify it, because you know it's pop music, so
Yeah,
it's got to
totally.
be simple and it's got to deliver the right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in musical theater and I was an alto always, and so like I would always do the harmonies. And Ava, like we started
I
like
don't.
writing and singing
Ava
together, and
doesn't
she's like,
harmonize.
and I'm not good at just like doing them, and she's like, that's wrong. So I'm like,
No.
okay,
That's what we do.
you're sharp. And I'm like, okay.
What musicals were you in?
Gosh, I did Mamma Mia. I did.
She hates
I can't listen to the soundtrack.
But
Look.
she went through it.
My favorite musicals are Newsies. I love that show.
Newsies.
What's your guys' favorite musicals?
I'm a sucker for Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh.
I'm a sucker for that one.
Yes,
Yeah. I did
yes.
that my junior year of high school.
Yeah.
And it was just, I loved it.
My little sister did Newsies.
Yeah, we just went and
Yeah.
saw her
Aw.
do Newsies.
She like, oh my gosh, she is a performer. Like
Wow.
sometimes when people are always saying like, oh yeah, you and your older sister have the gifts and stuff, and then I saw my little sister and I was like, oh my gosh.
No, yeah, she's good.
That's
She's
incredible.
good.
My favorite is Anita.
Wow.
Okay.
Deep cut. I love it. Okay.
I think I would either have to go with Newsies or Hamilton. I never saw them in
What?
person, but
You're lying right now.
no.
Sound of Music.
Oh, frig, you're right. Sound of Music is.
What's the lonely goat? The hills are high and the lonely goat herd.
Yes.
The idiot.
Oh, yeah.
You've literally,
Sound of
ever since
Music,
I've known you, you've
yeah.
said that's your favorite movie, and you
Yeah.
did not just list it.
You're right.
That's
Sound
okay.
of Music. Sound of Music.
Okay.
Or High
how
School
are-
Musical.
Oh, High School Musical.
Yeah.
We are big High School Musical fans over
same.
here. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. James, I was going to ask you while you have the mic, do you have any musical influences that really inspire you, or as a group?
Ooh, yes. As a group, I definitely think Michael Jackson, as well as Justin Timberlake, obviously NSYNC. But I think personally, for me, I'd have to go with Giveon. I like to listen to a lot of R&B.
Yeah.
What's another good one? I like to listen to a lot of her as well. I think her
Ooh,
tone
cool.
is
good.
so good. But
She's
yeah.
great.
Incredible.
Any other, as a
You-
group or individually, musical
he-
influences?
I think he hit it on the head with the groups. I think for me individually, I really love hairstyles, Justin Bieber and Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they're just so good. That can't go wrong with them.
I think recently, who's been influencing me writing wise has been Chapel Roan
Wow.
Yeah.
and the
Cool.
1975.
Yeah, Chapel Roan is popping
Dawson
off.
and I have been working on a song and it reminds me of that.
Writing wise, have you guys listened to Zayn's new album?
No.
No.
Oh, it's
Oh.
so good. The
Zayn
writing-
Malik?
Yeah, Zayn Malik.
I'm-
It's
yeah,
so
I'm-
good. The writing on it's so good. So I've been trying to write like that.
Cool.
It's like
Wow.
folky R&B. It's
When
really
you like
cool.
approach a song, I know we talked about like who takes things musically and choreography, but like when it comes to lyrics, how does that happen?
But we really hope to one day write
Cool.
our own song and get
Incredible.
it out. Yeah. So we've been just working on writing a bunch and trial and error, baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
definitely. Do you guys play any instruments, or what helps you guys write music?
I play guitar.
Wow,
Me as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning the guitar.
Yeah.
So
incredible.
I'm trying to learn the piano, but I think
He's good.
Oh.
Don't let him lie to you.
okay. But I think a lot of us also go on YouTube and just look up like free beats, and then we just start
Definitely. Absolutely.
writing a bunch of stuff.
Mhm. Oh, I also play a little piano.
Yeah, I play piano, guitar, and a little bit of bass.
Oh
Wow.
wow, cool.
I could.
I play the cowbell too.
The triangle.
that's a
sometimes.
really
good I can do.
Never underestimate, you know.
Never.
So, like, when you are about to play a show, a festival, or whatever, what do those days look like for you? Kind of take us through maybe a festival you've recently done.
We just got off of, almost a month ago, so I guess I gotta stop saying we just got off. But we did this tour this past couple months ago called the Feel Good Fest. It was presented by Hollister, and we went to a bunch of high schools on the West Coast, and those days were pretty chill, I can't lie. Like, we just, it wasn't stressful. The first day was a little stressful just because it rained the night before, so they couldn't get the stage ready or anything, so they were still building when we got there. So I was like, oh no, this is such a bad start to the tour. And then, but it was great. Like, the crew was amazing. It was so great. So I think the day, for me at least, I'd wake up, get in the car, go have a granola bar, go on stage, and that was because it was so early in the morning and that we had the rest of the day off. So it was just swim in the pool once we got back to the Airbnb.
Love
So
that.
are
Tough
these
life.
are these like schools in session, and you go and you perform
Yeah.
like
yeah, they
for
would
them?
they get out, like they'd have like a 2-hour time, like where they would stop classes and they'd come out, or it was at the end of the day, so they would like cut the last 2 periods
Yeah,
and they'd come and watch us perform. It wasn't just us, but
yeah.
we like to act like it was just us.
Well, that means a lot for like people that are in school and like wanting to be inspired and
Yeah.
wanting to go into the arts, wanting to go into music, and to be dancing at the same time. Like, that's definitely inspirational and exciting for them, I'm sure. So I'm sure you guys planted a lot of seeds that are gonna grow.
Thank you.
When we were at these shows, like sometimes the kids would not be interested, you know, 'cause we call
kids.
they're the COVID babies.
Yeah,
So everyone's kind of like a little reserved now, and so sometimes we'd go out and no one was up front, you know.
Yeah.
But then we'd like, you know, we're just gonna give it our best, and we're gonna give it the most energy we can, and then soon
Definitely.
enough, people just
Yeah.
start trickling
Wow.
it in, you know, because it's like we can all be comfortable and have fun.
Yes.
if we're
It
having
speaks
fun
to like your
too.
writing to his songs and
Yeah.
like performance, of, like just getting that energy going.
Yeah.
It's total big deal.
Yeah.
It's so funny because when we go on stage, we dance to our like right away, but like that little second before when we don't dance, people are like, like what are you about to do? And then as soon as we start dancing, it just goes crazy.
Yeah,
Ah, that's awesome.
we started the show off with All That Matters by Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And just because we're like, we don't have any like real popular songs, let's just do songs that people know.
Yeah.
And so we went out there, it's that intro we're walking on, and everybody's like really confused. They're like, why are these 5 boys just walking out? And then like we hit the first move and I came in, oh, and then they were like, it was just it was just like, it was so funny.
That's so cool. That's so great. So what's like next for you guys? Anything coming up in the future? Are you just writing? What's happening?
We just got back from Atlanta.
Yeah.
We recorded a couple songs out there. We have a song coming out. I don't know when. We keep saying soon,
Yeah.
and hopefully soon is sooner than soon, whatever that means. And
By the
then,
time this is out,
You got that
maybe.
dope.
yeah, hopefully by the time, yeah, it's our next song. If you know who DA Got That Dope is, he produced it, so that's our next
Cool.
song.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
with him. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And then we're doing a couple shows. Like we're going to Orlando to do a show at a dance convention that me, Dawson, and Oliver used to work
Oh,
at.
which one?
Hollywood Vibe.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
of it, but I've never been.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
cool.
great. You should go.
Great, great. So fun. Are you going to Disney while you're there?
No, we're in and out because
Yeah.
then we have a show the next day out here in California. So we fly in, perform, fly out, come back here, and yeah.
Talk to us about like your fans and stuff. Like you posted about coming here on your Instagram. We already had some of like your fan pages like follow us. Like I love it. Like how's your relationship with them?
Man, they crazy.
They're awesome.
We love it. They're chaotic, but we love them, and they're so passionate.
Yeah.
And
There's a small amount of them, but they're
Yeah.
mighty.
Yeah,
They're
for
mighty.
sure.
yeah,
That's all that matters,
Even though
yeah.
we're starting out, and I feel like we're a pretty tame group.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of drama between us, but they're so passionate, and the fan art, and especially them learning the dances, or some of my favorite things
Wow.
is like when they share it with their parents, or like someone made their mom do the dance, and she
Aw.
like the mom had to learn one of our dances. It's not that
Yeah.
easy,
Yeah.
and she killed it.
Wow,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, they're they're silly. There's a I had a meet and greet the other day because we do like a virtual meet and greet. Like people can buy one or do whatever they want with it. And I was talking to one the other day, and she just like posted after it. She was like, "It literally made my day." Blah 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 blah. So it's really
Wow.
nice to get that
Yeah.
connection with them because you wouldn't like. Sometimes they're just like names on a screen, but then you get to actually talk to them and all that. So it was really cool. Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, totally.
There's some weird drama going on in there though, right now. There's some weird beef going on between some fans. And I'm just sitting back and watching.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
There's a lot of really cool interaction we've been kind of interacting with this fake boy band, August Moon. So the interaction
From
on
that new
on
Anne
TikTok.
Hathaway movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
Austin Moon.
Yeah.
like,
So, like,
Austin
Rosalind,
Alley.
sorry, give me a second.
Yeah. And so people are like, they're either commenting or they're like making videos. They're like, I know August Moon isn't a real band, but you know who is? Full Circle. They can sing and dance. They're a Western
Aw.
boy band, and like it just makes me so happy that
Aw.
they're like spreading the message. Very cool.
Sorry.
little bromance going on over there.
He has a little flap on his thing.
I guess it's a
So we're playing with
stylistic
it.
tag. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, where can we find you guys? Instagram, YouTube, website?
Everywhere.
Everything is at Full Circle Boys. So
You guys hear that?
whatever camera,
Circle
all the
Boys.
cameras at Full Circle Boys. That's where you can find us. But our Spotify and Apple Music is not at Full Circle Boys. It is Full Circle in all caps. So go check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for being on. We've
Thank
had
you
so
for
much
having
fun.
us. I don't want it to end.